Here's my advice to you today. Walk away from the 99%. Don't talk like they talk. Don't act like they act. Don't go where they go. Don't specialize where they specialize in. Throw away the blame list they cling to. Start you a new life.
I want to be Mr. Olympia one day. I won't let anything stop me from accomplishing this goal.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work out?
That doesn't even enter my consciousness.
Normal people get normal results. Weird people get weird results. You literally can't do what everyone else does and not expect to get what everyone else has.
Nobody can tell me that I move the same as any of these guys, because I don't move the same. I move differently, I move unique, and I know I move unique. Not only that, I speak unique, I act unique. I'm just different than these people.
And I'm telling you from the bottom of my soul, it is so easy to beat people today. They are so soft. They have no work ethic. No one can stick with anything. Everyone's distracted. They're on social media. They're counting their fucking notifications because they can't stick with shit. They can't say no.
It's that person who can fight burnout, who can fight mental burnout, that wins. It's that 1%.
Offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
The first million is hard, but the second million is inevitable.
It is statistically proven that in our lifetime, out of 100 people, 1 will become rich, 4 will become financially independent, 15 to 20 will work a job into retirement, and the rest will be poor. Are you the one? Are you the 1%? Are you willing to do what it takes to be the 1%?
You're never going to be understood, bro, because you're operating in a space that is reserved for legitimately, statistically 1% of the people. So if you're going down a path of 1%, it's an unreasonable expectation to expect that the 99% is going to understand why you're doing what you're doing. Kobe Bryant talked about this a lot, dude. He was like, look, man, I don't want to be around them. I don't want them to understand me. I don't want to understand them. And I'm going to continue to do what I do. And that's how you produce greatness, bro.
The mind is like the steering wheel of your life. And if you can't take control of your mind, somebody else will control it for you. And once you can take control of your mind and believe that all things are possible, the sky's the limit.
Beating 99% of people is simple, not easy. You show up early, you prepare the night before, you remember everyone's name, you say no to opportunities that don't bring value to your life. You follow up quickly, you follow up multiple times, you deliver value at every interaction with the other person, and you never make the same mistake twice. The more I've done this, the more I've realized that it's about doing the basics at scale consistently that makes you advanced, and that's how you win.
The bar for excellence has never been so low. Most of your competition quits after the first sign of difficulty because they've never known what hard feels like. If it's hard for you, good. That means it's hard for everyone. And most people avoid hard things, which is why you can beat most people by just trying.
People out there that are just working harder than everybody else, and they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
And that's their grind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and those people are super valuable. Those people are so valuable. The Marvin Haglers of the world, the Rocky Marcianos of the world, like those are very, very valuable people.
Yeah.
Because they change everybody's perspective of like what's possible, what to strive for, and what it takes. Like, do you really want to be a champion? Why? Because you just want to be cool? You want to be the coolest guy on the block? Like, you're not going to win.
Because when I was young and I'd get this good feeling about all the things that I could be. And then I never became any of them.
Your father was special. Tell you the truth, I don't know if it's special. Only you're gonna know that when the time is right. Okay, it ain't gonna come overnight. You're gonna take a beat, you're gonna take this, you're gonna get knocked out, you're gonna get up, and you're gonna see if you got the right thing. But you gotta work hard. I swear to God, if you're not gonna do it, I'm out.
Like every punch I ever thrown has been on my own. Nobody showed me how to do this. I'm ready.
I promise you, these people that are winning, fucking win because there is no other option.
But you're not like me. First time I met you, I said to myself, you can do anything. You could be anything.
The top 1% don't do different things. They do things differently.
The odds were stacked against me. I won anyway, because I win.
You won because you got lucky.
Guys like you always think other people get lucky. I don't get lucky. I make my own luck. And in this case, it's bleeding you dry.
Successful people are not more talented, more intelligent, or more deserving than you are. They are just willing to do what you refuse to do. While you're watching Netflix, they are reading books. While you are sleeping in, they are exercising. While you are complaining about your circumstances, they are changing their circumstances. While you are waiting for motivation, they are taking action. While you are making excuses, they are making progress. The difference between success and failure is not dramatic. It's pathetic. It is so small that most people can't even see it, which is exactly why most people never achieve anything meaningful. You are not failing because you lack ability. You are failing because you lack discipline.
So many people are afraid of changing their mind when most of their beliefs aren't even theirs to begin with.
So there's this quote by Marcus Aurelius that, what are you so afraid of losing when nothing in this world belongs to you?
I'm playing to win, and to win I will destroy you. I will do everything to win, and I need to win, because when I win is my proof that I am alive.
If anything, if I look back, I always answer the question, what would you do different? I wish I would have taken more risk and failed more.
You have to take risks.
We have this relationship with failure as like an embarrassing thing to do instead of shaking hands and going, no, failure will happen.
In my opinion, failure is 100% necessary for greatness.
And if it doesn't happen, you're probably not taking enough risks.
Only risk takers win. By definition,
you're not getting out of your comfort zone. So no, failure is part of the successful path. It's necessary.
The more risk you take, the luckier you get.
if you are the same as everybody else, if you're not taking a risk over and above what everybody else is taking, by definition, you can't win.
Please, Neo, you have to trust me.
Why?
Because you have been down there, Neo. You know that road. You know exactly where it ends. And I know that's not where you want to be.
I don't care how you get there. I don't care what you do to get there. The goal is to win.
I was born to win. I was born to win. I'm gonna die a winner.
It doesn't exist. It's not existent. What the hell does that mean? Seriously, what does failure mean?
Every time you hesitate and wonder, someone with half your ability and twice your hunger takes your spot. In this game, talent isn't rewarded. Consistency is.
When I was a kid, my father put me in boxing camp. Middle of summer, 90 degrees. Every day, after sparring in that, they'd make you do 100 laps and 50 pull-ups. They'd push you until you either threw up or passed out or both. Anyone could leave at any point. All you had to do was quit.
And let me guess, you didn't quit.
I quit every goddamn day. I just never said it out loud. Because no way was I going to give them the satisfaction of breaking me.
Whatever you do to be the best, you have to obsess over it, to a point where most people would say, you've lost your mind. Because the truth is, to be the best, you don't have to be special. You just have to do the things nobody's willing to sacrifice for it.
My mentality was to go out and win at any cost. If you don't want to live that regimented mentality, then you don't need to be alongside of me. Because I'm going to ridicule you until you get on the same level with me. And if you don't get on the same level, then it's going to be hell for you.
Imagine your entire mindset was just like, it's possible to get to the next level. It's possible to be great. It's possible to make more money. It's possible to be more healthy. In your entire perspective on life, your worldview was positive. Even if you had to lie yourself into believing, sometimes you have to create a delusion that is so far out there that people will think you're crazy.
If you have the goal to be in the top 1%, do you think that you can live a normal life? Do you think that you can keep the same friends? Do you think that you can keep the same hobbies? Do you think you can stay up late and sleep in on weekends? Do you think that you don't have to sacrifice what average people care about? Do you think that they will support you when you start to pass them? Do you think anyone will think this is healthy, balanced, or logical? No, and they are right, but it doesn't matter when you want to be the 1%. There's no greater waste of time than explaining things to people who have a life you don't want.
How do you win? You want to know how to win?
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. There's rules. Roy Cohn's 3 rules of winning.
The first rule is the simplest. Attack, attack, attack.
Rule 2, admit nothing, deny everything.
Rule 3, this is the most important rule of all. Okay? No matter what happens,
You have to drive
no
this
matter
fast?
what they say about you, no matter how beaten you are, you claim victory and never admit defeat. Never admit defeat.
If you're alive, you can get better. It's never too late. Because every heartbeat is another chance to improve your situation. You are alive, so live like it. It's never too late to be what you could have been. Redefine possible. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Learn to master the art of improvement.
Nothing works the first time, okay? Please understand that. Nothing works the first time. What is the average number of times that a person tries with a new goal before they give up? Can you guess? Well, the average is less than 1. Because most people give up before they try even once. They say, that's a great goal. I'd love to be financially independent. And then they give up. They don't even try. They say, but I couldn't because of this and because of that and so on. And then they move away to a wonderful place called Someday I'll. You ever heard of Someday I'll? Someday I'll start saving money. Someday I'll get out of debt. Someday I'll lose weight. Someday I'll start a business. Someday I'll get serious about my finances. And most people live on Someday I'll.
Brainwash yourself until you're rich, because it will seem impossible up to the very day you actually become rich. You will surprise yourself. So that means right now, to keep your confidence up, you have to brainwash yourself.
And especially get away from the losers. Get away from the no-hopers. Get away from the negative people, because these people will drag you down as surely as an anchor would drag you down if it was tied to your leg. Many people come to me and say, well, I'm working for a negative boss, or I'm in a negative relationship. And I say this, if you're working for a negative boss, you'll never realize your potential working for that boss. You'll never be happy, and you'll never accomplish everything you're capable of accomplishing. They say, well, if I'm in a negative relationship, what do I do? I say, you have to ask yourself this question. Do you want to fulfill your potential as a human being or not?
The second you realize you were chosen to get rich, and that you truly deserve success, and you deserve the things that you want, because you're one of the few people who can actually do it. The second you realize is the second you get those things.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed.
Did you try, or did you move the fucking world to make it happen?
Walk, talk, act, look like the person you want to be.
Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living.
Focus on you until the focus is on you. Why are you trying to adapt to this peasant way of living when you're built different and you are built for a purpose? Don't ever think or believe you got to smoke what they smoke, drink what they drink, wear what they wear. If nobody else is going to understand, then you have to make sure that you understand. If you read only 1 book per month, that will put you into the top 1% of income earners in our society. But if you read 1 book per week, 50 books per year, that will make you one of the most educated, smartest, most capable and highest paid people in your field. Regular reading, which you call exercise for the mind, will transform your life completely.
The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Why? It's because the rich think about wealth and affluence all the time. And what do the poor think about? The poor think about lack, loss, and limitation, risk, danger, fear, failure all the time. So if you want to unlock your potential, if you want to go straight to the stars, you have to use the law of substitution to keep your mind on what you want. Use the law of concentration to dwell continually on the results you desire. Be solution-centered rather than problem-centered. Be goal-centered rather than loss-centered. And the law of subconscious activity will begin to adjust your words, your actions, your feelings, your emotions, and everything to the point where you will draw into your life the people and circumstances that will harmonize with it.
Dedicate yourself to becoming better and better at what you do.
It must be a part of your life. You must breathe in, breathe out, and learn new things. Self-made millionaires, self-made billionaires spend 60 to 90 minutes every day studying their field, reading new material. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages a day. He reads all the time, and he's one of the richest men in the history of the world. And he and his partners all say the same thing: you've got to read.
How to think and grow rich like the 1%. Any successful person, they have all understood the hardship that is coming in the beginning. So, sacrifices, discipline, consistency, accountability, resilience, getting back on the horse when you've been knocked off 1,000 times, failure, rejection, having to self-educate, no guarantees, taking calculated risks. This is what it takes.
When you think about like the extreme versions of this, which is maybe the person that you care about most in the world dies if you don't, the amount of options of action that open up is dramatic. And I think people are so constrained in their thinking of what level of effort is because they haven't considered what trading way more for that thing is. But they would be willing to trade far more for that thing if the trade were clear. But because they've never tried hard at anything, they just think, oh, this is what trying looks like.
If you want results that are different from the guy next to you, if you want to be in a situation that is different than the guy next to you, you got to do what he's not going to do.
Let me tell you the best advice I ever got at Harvard.
You know, when you're on the way up, everyone roots for you because you remind them of their dreams. And when you're at the top, everyone tries to tear you down because you remind them of what they gave up on. A habit missed once is a mistake. A habit missed twice is the start of a new habit. Never miss 2 days in a row.
You want to be great? You need to sacrifice. The more painful the sacrifice, the greater you'll be.
The hardest part about change is not making the same choice as you did the day before. And the moment you decide to make a different choice, you're going to feel uncomfortable because you're stepping from the known into the unknown. So some people would rather cling to their self-pity than take a chance in possibility. They would rather tell the story of their past instead of telling the story of their future. It is so much more important, though, to romance your future instead of romancing your past. Making that choice to change your state of being with a clear intention and elevated emotion actually changes your state to believe in that future more than you believe in your past. We discovered that if you keep doing that every day, somehow you will arrive at that destiny, and your biology will literally begin to change to look like you're living in a different life.
The size of your dreams must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them. If you start off with a small dream, you may not have much left when it is fulfilled, because along the way, life will test your dreams and make demands on you. If your dreams do not scare you, they are not big enough.
What have you got to lose?
Exactly. If everybody who's like at the bottom reframe that as I have nothing going for me, which also means that I have nothing to lose by taking action.
Yeah. You kind of have to be out of your fucking mind, but you also have to have an iron will.
So no matter who you are, you're going to be disliked. You might as well be disliked for being you than being somebody else.
If you want to get past the guy who eats cake and sleeps, you don't eat cake, you don't sleep.
You're always afraid to take the first step because all you see is every negative thing 10 miles down the road.
If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. Set a time to train at that time. Set a time to go to sleep at that time. Set a time to get up at that time. Don't tell yourself you need to do something and then don't do it. I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. I'm not crazy, motherfuckers. I'm just not you.
My father always told me, don't expect anything to be handed to you. You know, you do the work, you know, and everything else is going to figure itself out. You know, there is a selfishness in understanding that in your craft, in your industry, this is a pinnacle, and this is what, you know, our industry standard is, what we put value on in a big way, that competitiveness, you do want that, you know, but at the same time, there's a, you know, what's for you is for you, and you can't take anybody's blessings away from anybody else. So I'm just like walking my path, man, and just trying to be locked in. So I would encourage other actors and other, you know, artists, no matter what their medium is to try to keep that in mind and be honest and truthful and just, you know, dream big, man.
They will tell you that it can't be done. They'll tell you all the reasons and they'll line them up and they'll try to discourage you from doing anything different than you're doing. So here's the key. keep your goals confidential. Keep goals confidential. Don't discuss your goals with anybody, except that the great majority of people are threatened by anybody who has a goal. They're worried. It makes them feel inferior and inadequate because they don't have goals of their own. So only discuss your goals with people who also have goals of their own. Discuss them with the people close to you whose help you need to accomplish them, but just don't discuss your goals with people at random, and don't give them a chance to shoot the goals down.
You have to be willing to just really and throw yourself into something.
Yeah. How are you gonna feel, man, when you accomplish this goal coming from that shit? Coming from the hell you came from? What if you can surpass all of these motherfuckers?
Especially in the beginning, there's no time to off here. If you really want to do something that's really hard to do, like, you gotta be all in.
What I'm here to tell you is that life doesn't happen to you. We all think that life happens to me. Life happens for you.
We have a finite amount of time on this earth. Are you going to make it count, or are you going to waste it? There are people out there who would kill for the lives that we have.
Opportunities will come to you every day. It's either for you, you can remain scared of the opportunities, or you can embrace them and take them.
Break the plate. Take the shot. Get rejected. Again, the worst case is you have a broken plate, but you didn't like that plate to begin with.
Some people who are sitting here today watching us want to change their lives. Some people doubt that they can change their lives. Can everybody change their life?
Everyone can. I have never seen a situation yet where it can't change. You see, we're creative beings. We're working with an infinite power. And once we start to understand the power of our mind and then start to understand how to utilize it properly, then we'll understand that we can do virtually anything.
How would you like to live without limits? The starting point of great success and achievement has always been the same. It is for you to dream big dreams. And when you're dreaming big dreams, there's nothing more important than for you to cast off your own limitations. You must begin dreaming and fantasizing about the wonderful things that you can become and have and do without thinking of all the reasons why it may not be possible.
Can you read the quote once more?
A lot of people wait for perfect conditions to start, don't realize that starting is the perfect condition.
Never fear a storm. Learn to dance in the rain.
If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start.
Because if you live in the future, you're anxious. If you live in the past, you're depressed. If you live in the now, you're happy.
Don't eat with people you wouldn't starve with.
If you fake bravery when you're terrified, that is bravery. If you do the thing when you're feeling unmotivated, that is motivation.
That's it.
Life is like a gym. If you look over to the right, there will always be somebody in better shape than you. But if you look to your left, there's someone who would die to be in your position.
One word: persistence. Nothing in this world can take the place of good old persistence. Talent won't. Nothing's more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius won't. Unrecognized genius is practically a cliche. Education won't. Why, the world is full of educated fools. Persistence and determination alone are all powerful.
It's never too late. If you're alive, you can get better. If you're alive right now, you can improve your condition. You can improve your situation, and it starts with improving the way you think. I always tell people that about working out, like, your motivation. You need discipline, because motivation's not there every day. Because when you're not doing anything, you feel like shit. And that's just a part of being a human being. If you don't respect the mechanism of happiness and fulfillment and what you really need to do in order to feel satisfied in life, you got to look at things objectively, and you got to be brutally honest with yourself. And the more you bullshit yourself, the more it's going to be difficult.
But most people, we don't want to be pushed. I would say most people don't want to be pushed that hard. Yeah. They want to be pushed to their level of comfort. Yep. And once they're outside their comfort zone, they're like, oh, I'm not used to this. Oh, I don't like this. My heart's beating too fast. Or, man, I'm feeling different feelings and emotions. And it's like, that's where the growth lives.
Dream big, dare to dream, because everything is possible. Don't let anybody take away the dream. Doesn't matter matter where you're coming from. I actually think that the more disadvantaged childhood you have, the more difficulties and more challenges you have, the stronger you become. So don't really let anybody take away that dream from you. Nurture it, water it like you water the flowers. Even if you find only one person in this world that will accept, embrace, and support your dreams, find that person and dream big, because you can make it.
I expect perfection from myself a lot. And I don't reach it. And I know I can, or I believe I can. That's a better word. I believe I can. And I don't want to quit believing I can.
There's a video that I 100% legitimately play in my mind when I'm tired.
Well, everybody, it's Groundhog's Day again for David Goggins. Everybody's in their bed, sleep, dreading that it's a Monday, hate it's a Monday, and I'm loving it.
This is where most people stop. And this is why they don't win.
Expecting it to be easy is what makes it much harder than it ever is.
The reality of achievement, brother, is it takes way longer than we think. It's way harder than we think. And that's just the way it is, bro.
If you don't believe it, then no one's going to believe it. Kind of attitude. It's not going to get done if you're not going to do it, right? You have to do it and believe it.
So nothing is easy. Like running is running. It sucks. But you have a choice to make.
Would you wake up in the morning if everyone that you love's life depended on it and be like, yeah, well, maybe I should scroll on TikTok for a little while? No, you'd be like, I'm going to take action immediately.
Do you want to sit down and go back to that guy you once were? No. So this is what it takes.
And to my hero, that's who I chase. Now, when I was 15 years old, I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I come back 2 weeks later. This person comes up and says, who's your hero? I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. No. She said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be my hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me, because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
If you are, if you're 22 years old, like, the world does not hate you. You're just not good at anything yet. Most 22-year-olds, if you seek to be good at something, then you have a tremendous deficit in experience and repetitions that people who are ahead of you or who have achieved what you want to achieve have over you.
It might not be okay to work your life away, but it is okay to work your 20s away.
And so the only thing that you have, now you do have an advantage, you have a couple. So your ability to work long hours, sleep less, and maintain high levels of focus while maintaining peak fluid intelligence is at its peak.
And you're at 0.
Right.
You can't get worse than this.
You have unlimited shots on goal. And so not taking the shot is like saying, life, I don't want to scratch off this lottery ticket, but the lottery ticket's free. Why would you not scratch it off and try it? And so whatever reasons that we usually give ourselves in the beginning for why we can't achieve something, you can almost always find someone who's achieved world-class levels of success with worse conditions than you have, which then means it's absolutely possible, and then the only thing that it takes to get there is work.
Can anybody have 10 or 15 or 20 times our IQ? No. Well, then why do people every day achieve 10 or 20 or 50,000 times more than we? Because they dream bigger than we.
Once you learn how to work, the work itself is self-reinforcing and you enjoy it. It's everything else that you didn't know you were going to have to sacrifice so that you could get back to working.
It was you. So you better figure out who the f you are on this journey. And those few people many people don't like you, so be it. But you first have to figure out you, because a lot of people die with a lot of untapped potential because they're trying to be somebody that they're not.
I had one of my sales guys who I said, dude, I don't see you at the gym. And he said, I'm just really busy. And I just looked at him and I was like, you will never have more time and less responsibility than you do now. So if you can't make it work now, accept that you're never going to be in shape for the rest of your life. He was like, whoa. I was like, Think about it.
I need to understand that I still have the muscle, I still have the strength. I'm just being a lazy little bitch right now. And I need to pick up that weight and do it and overpower it. And sometimes when you're getting in there and you're overthinking and all these things come in too much of like, I have to do this, this, and this, I have to do a 4-second negative. Oh my God, that's going to be so hard. I should drop the weight. Then like, no, just fucking get in there, know what you can do, bust your ass and get out of there.
Yeah.
And sometimes overthinking it holds you back.
And people want to jump from day 1 to day 10 by getting some big seed money or big investment. And dude, I don't care how much money I've made. I try to pretend like I'm broke every single day in the way that I think, because it forces me to create new solutions and innovate in my brain, you know? And so when people say, oh, like you said, I hate it when people say that. I do too, because you're missing the point of what the entrepreneurial journey is about. It's about taking an idea, it's about executing on the idea, and it's not about having the perfect plan. It's about your ability to adjust and create and improvise your way through this path.
That you can't just wait for things to get perfect. You just go out and do stuff.
And that's why that's so important. What are you doing with your life, man? Why are you sitting around? Why are you waiting for shit to happen? It ain't gonna happen like that. Why are you feeling sorry for yourself? Why are you waiting for that fucking apology that's never gonna fucking come? People sit around waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and blaming and blaming.
I always tell people that about working out. Like, fuck your motivation. Fuck your motivation. You need discipline. Because motivation's not there every day. I'm missing motivation most days.
Wow,
Some
really?
days, yeah, sometimes I got motivation. Sometimes I'm like, fuck yeah, today I felt good. I can't wait to get to the gym. But a lot of days, like, gotta get to the gym. And then once I get going, then I feel great.
Yeah.
And I feel great when it's over. But it's that beginning part that's hard because your body wants to stay comfortable.
What I like about it is I'm doing something I don't want to do. Every time I start doing things I don't want to do, I grow.
Yes. That's a lesson that people need to hear and learn. It's so important because everybody just wants to be comfortable.
James Clear, it doesn't make sense to continue wanting something if you're not willing to do what it takes to get it. If you want to live the lifestyle, then release yourself from the desire. To crave the result, but not the process, is to guarantee disappointment. The Lonely Chapter describes a time in your life where you're so developed that you can't really resonate with your old set of friends, but you're not yet sufficiently developed that you've built a new set of friends. But to the people that are doers and are builders and are actually making stuff happen, like, you have one of the hardest jobs in the world, because not only have you got to get over the lonely chapter, the challenge, the difficulty, the procrastination, the getting up early, I've got to stop drinking caffeine 90 minutes after waking, holy fuck, there's so much on my plate. You have this additional gravity of a culture that doesn't tend to celebrate success and risk-taking in quite the same way. So if that's you, I think power to you. I really do. And there is a community of people out there, even if it feels lonely now.
Life is easier if you don't need anybody, and it can be a lot easier if you want nothing more than what's in the back of the car. But that can be a solitary life, and a lot of times being solitary can be confused with being lonely.
Where I find myself in approaching life, keep going for perfection, keep finding that reality comes in under that, and you will have climbed more stairs, if we're gonna have a vertical, by the end. You will have had more quality, your roots will have been deeper and wider, inside and out, vertically and to the south, than if you didn't chase that perfection. The challenge for me is when reality comes in and it's served and the bell's rung and there's no more time to take the test, when you see that you didn't make 100 and you made an 88, how quickly can you go, instead of going, oh, dude, or how quickly can you go, all right, 88, not bad.
People only root for others at 2 times. First, when they're at the beginning of the race. Second, when they finish. Neither is when you need it. So you have to master the middle. The boring, exhausting, soul-crushing middle. That's where the winning happens, on your own. People will only cheer for you as long as you can't beat them at the game they value most. Friendly reminder that every person who doubts you is right until they aren't. It's a bug, not a feature.
People who are successful look at the clock and they believe that every day is a race against that clock. How much can they get done before they can't work anymore, before they have to go home? And so that clock is an enemy, and they race against the enemy. They want to do lots of stuff, and they'll come in earlier, and they'll work at lunchtimes, and they'll stay later, and they'll come in on the weekends because they want to cover more ground. Well, 80% of people have a different attitude toward the clock. The clock is the enemy as well, but the clock tells you when you have to start, when you have to stop goofing around, when you have to finally get to work, and then when you can stop for coffee, and then when you have to start up again, and when you stop for lunch. So you're always looking upon the clock as your enemy that makes you work. And so you find successful people see the clock differently. They see time as an opportunity to contribute more value. Unsuccessful people see the clock as the indicator of when they can stop working.